Love that. I like that new intro.
I figured you would. I've been
Yeah,
working hard.
that's a nice one. How are you today?
I am good. I've been in and out of meetings all morning. A lot of community-based meetings, alignable. I'm an alliance leader there. It was an alliance leadership meeting. And I did group accountability this morning, which is a huge community inside of New Reality, which is a huge women's community, which you have an amazing women's community via Robbie that is just flourishing, and you've got great networking going on there. Which brings us to our topic, Cheryl. Tell everybody what our topic is.
Might it be community? Might be. Community's huge, man. Especially when you're an entrepreneur and like you and I both, we work from home. Our businesses are cloud-based, they're paperless, they're virtual. And community is what you need. You're sitting at home alone all day, basically talking to a screen, and we're losing that I don't know, that closeness, that in touch. We're supposed to be, pack animals. We're not we're not supposed to be by ourselves. And I like to say it like this. Nowadays, so many people are homing from work instead of working from home, right? My bed is literally on the other side of that wall. And my son, 18 years old, is literally on that side of the wall watching TV in the living room. So, it's learning how to cope. And if you don't have a great community, I think you're going to lose something, you know?
Yeah, I think that one of the things that really I shattered my tibia. And when that happened, I crashed. MyCORE sent me a beautiful tree plant. We They were there for me, and I know that no matter what, I can always join in and out. I mean, at one time, Nathan got mad because I was in a meeting that you had said I wasn't going to be in because I was in the hospital doped up, but there was nothing else for me to do but to be around the people that I knew. And so I just wanted to listen. And I love when Nathan speaks because he really takes the time to speak what he feels is going to push you forward.
Right.
And so when I know on Wednesdays getting in with Nathan, I'm going to hear that push you forward meeting. And unfortunately, some of our other meetings are at times where I am running community-based meetings, so I can't be there. But I know that one Wednesday one, I'll get my life. So I'm grateful for that. But it's important when you have community to lean on the community, to understand that, hey, Cheryl, you can help me with my payroll. Hey, Brittany, you can help me with my bookkeeping. I mean, we can both help with both, but that's because we go with MyCORE services. But knowing who's around you, I had somebody send me a message this morning. Hey, can you set me up with somebody who does such and such services? And I said, yeah, great. And they happen to be a member on my website where I went and tagged them in the post and said, hey guys, this person is looking for these services. And so, building that community is phenomenal to be able to have a space where you can share conversations. And that's what Facebook and LinkedIn and all of those places are for as well.
Yeah, I think too it helps you develop a larger sales force, especially if you're a solopreneur doing one specific thing. I think that it's great that you get together consistently and persistently with the same group of people so that you all can really become friends, really become have an ability to get to know each other both personally and through the business, so that when you're out and about, as Nathan would say, people doing people in, when we're out people in, and we do hear of something that we could help direct to somebody in our community. You have done your due diligence by really showing and learning really a lot about them, enough about them to get them help for their business. So I think that's amazing. I have a funny question for you. Have you ever watched the movie The Founder, the McDonald's movie?
I have heard so much about it, but I have not yet watched it.
It may still be on Netflix. It was, but you should definitely look for it in the next week, especially if you got time around the holiday next week, and watch it. It's a phenomenal movie. In fact, I saw it, Nathan saw it, and then we saw it together. And it's been very profound in our business. It's the McDonald's movie. It's all about Ray Kroc. You'll be very angry at the end of the movie. He was a jerk. But he basically, took McDonald's from the McDonald brothers, franchised it across the US. And there was a time and a point where the McDonald's brothers actually invented the Speedy service. And they realized or thought or wondered, would people ever eat from a piece of paper? It's interesting, right? Like, what would made them think to put food in paper? But you and I, in our generation, we eat it. It's what we grew up with. But just imagine that first time. But think how much money it saved them on broken plates, broken silverware, thrown away silverware, plates like cups. It was really, really smart. And then they were able to take an extensive menu and figure out that they wanted to concentrate, because they made most of their money on three things: burgers, fries, and soft drinks. And if you look at the MyCORE, we started with payroll, benefits, and HR. So it's like, And then McDonald's really needed to figure out where their land was. I mean, do you know what McDonald's is today?
It's real estate.
Number one in the world. The number one in the world real estate company. So what they do is the McDonald's corporation buys the land, and the franchisors build on top of it and pay land rent to McDonald's Corp for the rest of their lives. It's pretty brilliant, but they figured out where their land was. So that's what we did as a business, is figure out where our land is, right? For those, when we were just first starting in business, I met two lovely ladies at a networking event: Barbara, who worked for Signarama Signs, and Jerry Lynn, who worked for Comcast Business. And these are three of us girls about the same age, all dark, long hair. And we decided that we were going to go canvass the area together, because we really were a new business's home run. They could get their payroll, benefits, and HR from me, signage for their businesses from Barbara, and they could get Comcast Business for their phones, TVs, whatever they need, through Jerry Lynn. So we called ourselves Burgers, Fries, and Soft Drinks. And if your company, your reach doesn't go out that far, or you're only taking a single solution to a business, go find your fries and soft drinks in these communities. Like for you network, you bring business solutions for you to now have other things like what MyCORE offers, the MyCORE hub and wheel that you love with the spokes, and to have other people in your, even in your calls, that like your webinars like this, like that you can align with, to go to approach a potential client together and say, here's three solutions together, really brings a better service than just being by yourself. And that's what community provides.
Yeah, and I love that, because when you work together, you can do more. And if you come together inside, we do a lot of virtual stuff. But even as we're doing virtual stuff, we get to then come into our small towns. You go out and you do outreach in the community. I used to do a lot of community outreach, and I haven't found time lately. But when you're able to then take your business and say, I'm going to say help the community. I'm going to do things with my time and invest back into the community that invests back into me. I run free networking meetings, and everybody asks me, well, why do you run so many free meetings, Brittany? And I said, because that community feeds me, because the knowledge and the connections that I get from being there for people on a free basis feeds me.
Yeah.
However, we do have MyCORE that is a paid service. I run BizStorming, which is an accountability company that is a paid business, but I give back as much as I take in. And so even though I can't do it the way that I used to with no car and just being in a smaller town, it's very difficult to get around. I'm able to still give back to a community of types. So find your community. I'm a D&D person. I watch Critical Role, and they donate so much to LA 56. I can't remember. It's LA. They say it so much and I should know it, but they donate so much to different places. So find companies who will give back, who do donate back into time and donate into different spaces, but find those spaces for yourself. Find where you can give back what you take in.
100%. I love it. Yeah. What's your favorite community?
Um, I'm really biased. I work a lot inside of New Reality, and Eileen and Debbie are building a space that really promotes women coaching on a healthy atmosphere. And if you're a new coach, they will help you build to the T. They will help you get everything together. So that's one of my really like personal home spaces, but also Alignable. I love being in the Alignable networking group because there's so much value that different people have brought to me there. And you have an amazing group that you do. And community wise, I used to be a part of a church and I love church. But church is hard to fit into. And when you move and when you adjust, finding those spaces are difficult. But I loved it when I was in church.
Yeah. For me, I do work very closely with a coach, and I am part of Seven Secrets for Women. I actually host 2 events now inside that space. I have a call tomorrow morning called Lead with Who. You should join. It's really good. And then in the afternoon tomorrow, I host Instant Connect for Women, which is like a speed networking event for women, and both are pretty successful. I really love that. I also am part of BLN, which is Business Leaders Network. It's a national group. Any of these groups, feel free to reach out to us about. We'll be happy to share with you. But yes, I agree with you. Community is wonderful. I feed the homeless. It's one of the things I love to do. So I'm part of a nonprofit, Be More Caring, right outside Baltimore, Maryland. And you know, even the people that work with me, we are a community, not talking business, which is a nice little break sometimes, but yet loving on the community and serving and giving back. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it is nice to take a break. Speaking of taking a break, we will not be here next week.
Okay.
I am taking the whole week off.
Nice.
I'm going to leave my laptop at home, or I will not honor that.
Okay. I will be working next week. So if anybody wants to reach out, please.
Reach out to Cheryl. QR codes are over there.
Right.
I will be off, but Cheryl is
Thanksgiving
around.
on Thursday with mom and dad and the rest of the family. But other than that,
I'm taking the week off. My brain needs to mellow out, which is another thing. Give yourself space.
right.
It's okay when you feel overwhelmed to take space.
100%
And especially if you have a community, because you have a community to come back to, or you have a community to run things.
support
But
you. Right.
yeah, Exactly. QR codes are over there, everybody. We appreciate you so much. We are at a new time. If you did not notice, we're at a new time. So join us. Thank you guys so much.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.